Welcome to Romancing the Dungeon, a soft-core Dungeons & Dragons podcast. While everyone else is looking for glory, treasure and power, our adventurers are on the greatest quest of all, to find true love. So join Thane, Thea, Nathaniel and Hephaesta as they put their hearts on the line. Last time in Romancing the Dungeon.
Yeah, you have to do it this time.
I know this.
Oh shit, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to that.
Nobody told me.
We did at the very start. Did I not?
I don't know.
Oh shit, it's you. I was just staring very intently at you in my tiny little espresso cup. Do it.
Do it. Shit, okay.
What happened?
I took like 3 notes.
Just go with those.
Okay. Dear Diary, today we went to save Nate's wife. I don't really know what that's about, but it's definitely some kind of sham. He must be in it for the money. There's no way that thing has feelings. We're on our way to the Sleeping Bee where she's apparently being held, and I kicked some ass along the way because there was some lame guys getting robbed. But that's alright because I scared all the bad guys away. We hitched a ride from those losers down to the tavern there and snuck our way in to where Eugenia's brother is. I still don't know why we're doing this, but I'm getting dragged along. So, I don't know, some weird old guy passed out in his soup, and I guess we're going to get Eugenia from him. I don't know, whatever. Talk to you later, bye.
Are you lonely, miserable, or just plain horny? Well, you've taken the first step to solving your problems. At least your dating ones. Welcome to D8. Devoted, desired, dreamy, or dirty. Dapper dates for dejected daters. My name is Roz Graypurse, founder, CEO, and love wizard. A multi-level marketing cosmetic sales rep. Sign up and start selling your favorite brands to your favorite people today. To get started, please fill out the attached questionnaire. Question 6. What turns you off from a prospective partner?
Welcome to Thane's Tidbits. This one, it's a tragic one because Thane has a lot of turn-offs, but his least favourite of all are just those heartbreakers, you know, that you find and you think everything's going to go well, but they just have a list as long as a bugbear's arm of all the people whose hearts they've broken and stolen and like ripped out of their chests and kept in a dark, deep, rooted part of a tree beneath a mountain. And I just don't like those people. You know, I don't care for them. I wouldn't really go on a second date with them. So yeah, that's my biggest turnoff.
I would have to go with self-esteem.
If anyone could witness this right now, Declan is beet red trying to hold back the laughter.
I feel like this podcast is making you a better person because you're just letting like all the garbage out.
Purging.
This is like free therapy.
I also just want to make like a distinction between me and Nate. Like I am not like this guy at all.
Sam is not. Sam is the opposite of Nate.
Sam is
That we know
slightly
of.
shorter.
Sam wears glasses.
My biggest turnoff has to be selfishness. And it goes hand in hand with them being, you know, self-absorbed, an inability.
She's obviously talking about me. This is so unfair.
See what I'm talking about.
For me, it's if someone is not driven or just basically not a nice person or nice to other people.
Lame. We lift off with Norris.
We
face
lift
plant.
off?
We lift off, yeah. Woo! That's how I want to start this. On high
Our
energy.
adventure on the moon.
That espresso that we've just had is really kicking in. No, we take it up. Nope.
Yeah, we
We
do.
lift off. I'm going back to that one.
Romancing the Dungeon. We take it up.
We take it. God damn it.
Just get it out. Just get it out.
We start where we left with Norris face planting into a bowl of his boeuf soup, and the four of you standing there kind of a little bit perplexed or confused as to what has just happened, but he full on fainted at the surprise of the four of you appearing in the where the wall was to his bedroom.
And there's nobody else in the
There's
room.
nobody else in the room.
Okay.
So the door to the bedroom is right next to you, so it's on the left of you.
Okay, I'm just going to run on over and just pull his head out of his soup.
Okay.
So that he doesn't drown.
He's got like a couple of strands of beef kind of, stuck in that his wispy little beard, and he's definitely like kind of covered in it. It does smell good, the soup, like it does actually smell quite good.
Okay, Fia, you lock the door. You take him out of the soup. Do we tie him to a bed or do we just like wake him up?
Wake him up.
I think wake him up.
Yeah.
That's not scary.
Okay.
Specifically to the bed. Not the chair he's sitting in.
Oh, no.
Softcore D&D.
Yeah, softcore.
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 Yeah, we need his permission. The safe word is. So Fia runs over. She locks the door. Nate has this man firmly out of the bowl of soup. You are doing what to try and wake him up?
Slap him.
So Hephaesta just walks up. You're holding him kind of like, you're not grabbing his hair, but you've lifted his head back, and she just steps into the room and just open palm slap right across the face.
While staring Nate dead in the eyes.
Okay.
Does this little man wake up?
Oh, it does, yeah. Like his eyes, they're just blink straight open.
Okay, cool. I immediately lunge in and just like grab his attention. I like grab him by the face. Thank God you nearly drowned in your soup.
What are you people doing in my room? Get out.
You had some
Where are my
kind
gods?
of medical stroke. We're here. We heard you fall into your soup. Thank God you're okay.
How did you get in here?
Isn't that right, everyone? We're specialists.
But aren't you the painter from before?
Too bloody right I am.
Why are you doing that?
That's right. He saw you faint into your soup and called us for help.
Where's the wall to my bedroom gone?
Don't worry about that right now. You're delirious.
But
It's
if
still
I'm
there.
delirious, how do you know the wall is gone?
Don't worry about that. You're delirious.
Give me a deception check here.
Do I get advantage because everyone's helping?
No, they're not.
Can I start like miming where the wall was to like...
Oh, come the fuck on. I'm not even using the... That's 11.
No, he starts to kind of struggle. Give me a strength saving throw, Nate, just to kind of hold him.
Alrighty then.
Actually, you're aiding as well, so I'll let you do it with it because you're holding his head and you're
With
kind of-
advantage?
with advantage, yeah.
Good, because that was a natural one. 9.
Even for an elderly fella, he is kind of kicking up a bit of a fuss, and he's struggling, and he kicks the table. He sends the bowl flying, and there's a clanging. He just starts roaring, "Gods, my gods, get up!
It's
help!"
okay.
We're here to get Eugenia.
Yes.
This gentleman right here knows of this Nana and
Sykes.
Sykes and
The dog.
Rash.
He's staring in kind of utter bamboozlement. It's the only word I have, bamboozled. But he stopped shouting. What do you know of my sister?
So much. We know who has taken her. We know that they're not bringing her back.
Pardon me, sir. I must introduce myself. My name is Nathaniel Obsidian McKnight. I
Oh no.
am your new brother-in-law.
Yep.
Excuse me?
I met your sister.
My sister married a painter. Of bloody course she did.
I'm terribly sorry. I don't know if you've noticed, but my accent has changed. I am not the lowly painter that you met several minutes ago. I am a internationally famous bard, and I fell in love with your sister. And once I heard her story, I tried everything I could to make
What do you know
sure
of my
she would
sister's
come
story?
home to you.
What do you know? What has Eugenia told you?
She told me that there was a disagreement between the both of you, and I could feel in her that there was some regret. And because I love her so, I didn't want her to continue the rest of her life with this regret. So I did everything I could to bring her home to you. But before I could, she was ripped from my grasp by evildoers.
What exactly... Why should I believe that my sister chose you? I mean, the woman does have incredibly poor taste. But proof, boy, I need proof.
This wedding ring.
You could be married to one of these strops.
Okay.
Excuse me?
I'm saving myself for God, okay?
Okay. I reach into my bag and I pull out Eugenia's tiara.
His eyes just widen in kind of like a little bit of disbelief. Where exactly did you get that?
When she was taken from me, this was left behind. It is the only thing I have to remind me of her in this dark time as I live my life without her in
How
my
much?
sights. How much what?
How much do you want to forget the whole thing and just walk away right now?
You
I
agree,
don't
though.
understand what you mean, sir. Brother, please.
Tell your goon to get his hands off me, and the
Excuse
other one
me.
to just her breath. Oof.
Please, goon and smell bag, remove yourselves from my brother.
No worries. I just leave him down rather uncouthly.
He
As
kind
you
of
do.
fixes his little suit jacket and he kind of tidies himself up, and he's used his little napkin to wipe the soup kind of away from his face, and he just kind of tidies up. I am asking how much it would take for you to forget the whole thing. No doubt Eugenia has warped what actually happened. I need you to just say a number.
Are you not concerned of your sister's safety?
My sister will be fine. She's going exactly where she needs to go. How much to leave the tiara, and for you and your band of rabble-rousers to forget the whole thing.
Why would you give a number on love? He's crazy about your sister.
Eugenia doesn't know what she wants, and clearly you people need money. Last chance. How much to just walk away from this whole mess?
And you're happy with your sister being lost and taken by
I
these...
know exactly where my sister is going, so
Where is she?
Eugenia's place is of no concern to you people. You don't even know her.
You're bluffing.
Why? What need would I have
You
to
don't
bluff?
know your uff from your buff. You're just trying to get
I
rid of
hired
us.
the men to take her.
Oh, did you?
And he just...
Oh, did you? You're a good brother, huh?
It was to ensure her safety.
Oh,
the
I'm
road
sure.
is filled with bandits and vagabonds such as yourself that would pry on her innocence.
Or to get her back so you could keep stake on the die-hard fortune?
Here she comes again with her fantasies of her Direheart. Eugenia is not Raven Direheart. Raven Direheart is a girl that we used to actually take care of when she was little. Eugenia uses it in her fantasies as some sort of whimsical escape from the luxuries that are afforded to us. Enough with the nonsense. I know where my sister is. She's perfectly safe. I am willing to pay you 1,000 gold.
Your sister's only worth that much to you, huh? You're a really bad brother.
It's not my sister, it's your silence. And I have a feeling that after a couple of ales, you people will forget this anyway.
I run.
Like around the room.
Into
No,
a wall?
I run out the open wall. I run out the room, and I just run down the stairs and out.
And I turn to him and I go, you see, love has no price. He's going to chase her and he's going to find her and they're going to be living happily ever after together. You will not spoil this.
That is definitely going to happen. I chase after Nate.
And I use the word lightly. Ladies, could you please excuse yourselves?
There's nothing keeping us quiet now.
Gods! Gods! And he starts just to shout.
And I run.
Same.
As he bolted out, you kind of surprise the guards, and even Giles is a little bit like, what the hell? And they immediately come running up the stairs after Nate and Thane left.
I cover myself in fire.
Okay.
Touch me now. Bitch.
Oh, me now. Ye turn to run. You're on fire.
Yes, I am.
And as you round the corner, you see the other guards have come up that way. You're pincered.
Cool. Can I cast Arms of Hater?
Yes, you can.
You invoke the power of Hater, the dark hunger. Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 feet, so I'm obviously going to get close to them. Each creature in that area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, a target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until its next turn.
Because I'm a shader cry, I have resistance
Oh.
to
Well, you
necrotic.
Shader Kai, though, not Shader Cries. God.
Still got to make a strength save, baby.
Okay, so I have to
What's
succeed on
your
what?
spell saving?
12.
Was it wisdom or what is it?
Strength.
Strength. 5.
Okay.
So roll your 2d6.
So that's 5. So the guards will take 2.
Okay.
And you'll also
one.
take...
No, the guards, she also takes 2.
I take 2.
No,
She
'cause you-
failed
she's
the
resistant.
save strength.
Yeah, but is that not half?
So she
damage?
takes full damage, and
then half
because
that.
the resistance, she takes half, so she
So
takes
half
4.
half of... Oh, how much did you roll?
5.
2. She
So I
takes
take 2.
2 damage. Exactly, 2 damage.
So I'm 0.
You're 0.
Shit.
Whoops!
As you kind of round the corner, you spy the other guards coming up against you. Your immediate reaction is to just throw your hands out, and Fia, before you even have a chance to react, you just see these black, smoky tendrils just erupt out of Hephaesta.
and they kind of dart, weave, and spike through the halls. They drive toward the guards, and one catches you directly into the side, and it knocks you straight back, and you take 2 damage. You are knocked unconscious. The guards manage to kind of bolster themselves against it. In the corridor, at the frame of the bedroom door, the man that you were speaking to a few moments ago kind of appears. Bring them both to my chambers. I think the ladies and I require a conversation.
Ugh.
And the guards just reach out and grab you.
It's still on fire.
Yeah, but they're wearing armor, gloves,
Okay.
oven mitts. Very, really specific. Yeah, you're kind of forced. They've got spears brandished, and they're forcing you kind of back down the corridor and into the hallway. Thane and Nate, you have run out of the sleeping bee inn.
So I catch up to Nate.
Yeah, you're at the edge of the road where the cart first
Where the
turned off
coach
to
had
bring you
left
guys
us
here.
off, yeah.
You've just turned off, or you've just made it to the edge of the driveway and the road, and you realise that Thea and Hephaesta are nowhere
Nate,
to be seen.
where are you going?
Look, okay, I don't know. Okay, look, this is worth more than 1,000 gold.
Yeah,
okay?
easily, but he's also a very bad dude.
Look, I just need to make some money, okay? Like, I had a whole thing planned, and I didn't know this guy was going to be all weird about it, and, like, I was going to save his
Sister.
yeah, whatever.
That one.
Like, yeah, and now nothing. So what do we do now?
We keep going.
In this direction?
Well, no, we keep going. We find Eugenia because that dog will still hunt. We still have water at the bottom of that well, and also you love her, so come on, dude. But
His eyes go shifty.
Yes.
no, we keep going. She's got a dirtbag brother. We'll help her get rid of him.
And then Eugenia's head of the... Yeah, no, let's do that. Yeah,
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Fia? Where the fuck is Fia? Oh, where's Hephaesta? Why are we out here alone talking to ourselves? I feel like they're probably stuck in there. And I feel like they're probably not in the best of spots if they haven't come out after us. But no one else has come out after us. So that's probably also a bad thing. Oh, this is very bad.
Right. Okay. Follow me.
I follow Nathan.
Okay.
And I go round to the back of the house, and I go to the ladder, and I climb up all... Remember the ladder that I put up next to that window? And I climb up all sneaky like and have a little peek inside.
Haha. I remember something very specific I did here. You climb up the ladder, you make your way back around to the rear of the building, and you climb up the ladder, and you try to take a peek in through. But if you remember, when he heard old painty can Nate jump down, this man approached the window, kind of grimaced at you, and then pulled the curtains tight. Okay. So you cannot see anything this time.
Can I hear anything?
You give me a perception check just to hear.
16.
Yeah, you hear Hephaesta kind of like grunting and like a few expletives, and
Just a few.
They're clear. You don't hear Fia. Yeah, there's a bit of a skirmish happening.
As Nate gets to the top, I kind of like whisper up to him, try the window beside it. Because, we came through the adjoining bedroom.
Okay. I climb down the ladder,
Yeah, could
Health
you
and
shimmy
safety. Health
across?
and safety, everyone.
and then I go to pick up the ladder, and then I go,
I help him.
yeah, can you help me? Because this is kind of heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I set up the ladder properly and quietly at the window right beside the other one.
These are our saviors, by the way. This is who's saving us.
I'm unconscious, but I definitely.
Yeah, we haven't knocked each other out yet, so there's that.
Yet.
Hephaesta, you are kind of shuffled back into the room by the guards, and the guy gestures for them just to wait outside. The door is slammed shut, which you hear as you're kind of moving the ladder. He gestures for you to take a seat. Thea has been gingerly tossed onto the bed by one of the soldiers who picked her up, and I said gingerly, she was basically flung like a rag doll onto the bed.
Like the nearly dead person she is.
Yes. You don't have to roll at 0. You don't have to roll for death saving.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you get knocked unconscious,
We'll come to that in a second. Give us a death saving throw now.
Dun dun dun.
Pressure.
Oh my god!
Is there an natty one?
That's a natural 1. You lose 2.
That's 2.
You lose 2 death saves.
This is what you're actually going to be out of the group.
You're actually out of the group this
You
time.
are actually going to be out of the group.
Oh my god.
Okay, we need to get this. Okay. Wait.
Suddenly, Nate's like, "Oh God, we have to save them."
So yeah, there's a tingling in the force.
There's a disturbance in my tramp stamp.
Yeah, the man gestures you to take a seat at the table. He stays with his back to the door, and he's just eyeing you as you.
Yeah, fine. I'll sit down. My eyes are still flamey. I'll let
Okay.
the rest of the fire go away, but I'm not a happy person.
You hear Fia kind of groaning in agony. There's where you hit her, you can spy that there is definitely blood. There's a lot more blood than you thought there would be, and it's soaking into the bed.
Oops.
Shouldn't be laughing.
Oopsie doodle.
I did
Guess
a
you're
thing.
dead.
You guys are shuffling over to the next window to try and get into the room.
Can I see in the window?
You can, but it's looking into the room of the proprietor, Giles, and his wife, Ariel, so you can't actually make out anything from here. Because the way the room would be, that there's the secret wall that moved.
Okay.
He's hidden, and so is Hephaesta. So you can't actually you don't have a clear line of sight to either of them.
Okay, I'm going to open the window.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Oh, Nate, this is so bad.
So that's a 7.
Unlucky number 7.
The window rattles. I'm just going to give.
Yes, come on. No. Come on.
He's too wrapped up in his villain-like speech. I rolled a nat 1 to hear. He just loves the sound of his own voice.
The monologue is always the downfall.
It really is.
As Nate is kind of creeping in, I just kind of call up as I start to stealthily climb up after him. Nate, what's the game plan here? Do we just rescue them? Will we have to fight? Do we want to just burn this whole place down? I know I'm very against burning down inns. I don't think it's a thing anyone should ever do. But if push comes to shove.
I'm just kind of playing it by ear right now.
Okay. Look, man, this is your love quest. This is you. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go in the window, I round the corner, I look him right in the eyes, and I cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Let me just do what I was doing, right? And then you can do that.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry.
You two just went off at a big random thing there.
Yeah. I want that as my ringtone, just the exasperation of Declan as a DM.
We haven't been formally introduced, and good manners dictates that at the very least, you know my name. I am Norris Flatstum of the Flatstum estate. You've apparently already been acquainted with my sister. It's interesting that your companions would bolt out of the door like absolute curs when I was offering you all just a bit of hush money. Absolute idiocy. I've met my fair share of morons in all the time that I have been. What's the right word here? That I have been taking care of Eugenia and her would-be suitors. You see, tradition would often indicate, or dictate, rather, that the son inherits. And though Eugenia was the firstborn, she is of the female proclivities. And I, secondborn, and the only son, would have been naturally inherited the entire estate and fortune, fields, banks, galleries. The Flatstum estate was destined to be mine. But Eugenia was the apple of Mummy and Daddy's eye, you see. She was smart, she was brilliant, she was clever, she was oh so pretty and very charming. The rabble and the common folk really took to her. The staff loved her. Mother and father loved her, of course. I hated her. I hated everything. She got everything so easy. Eugenia took to everything so naturally. Horseback riding, archery, poetry, economics, the sciences, you name it, my sister could do it. And then there was me, little old Norris, the one in his sister's shadow. And growing up in a shadow, one as annoyingly likable as my sister's, I had hoped that my parents would, at the very least, leave something to me, something I deserve. Didn't Norris deserve a little bit of kindness?
No.
Your opinion means nothing to me. Absolutely nothing.
You shouldn't ask for it.
I'm not. This is a soliloquy. Okay. I'm monologuing, okay? I've prepared this. Leave me alone. It was sometime after my 27th birthday, you see. Mummy and Daddy took a hunting sojourn into the wildlands in the north. Unfortunately, they met a bit of an accident, you see, and they never came home. And I had hoped and assumed, foolishly of course, because there was Eugenia, that I would take over the estate. But no, the whole thing was left to my idiot sister. And there was a time when Eugenia, in her grief and mourning, as you women tend to be much softer and more prone to emotional outbursts, I was able to run things my way, and profits were through the roof. And I can't imagine you know how many zeros were at the end of our bank accounts. More zeros probably than there is in yours. In your case, just the one. I couldn't have been happier. And then came Argan. That arrogant, self-bastard. He found my sister Eugenia and managed to turn things around for her. Of course, because luck has always favored her. And Eugenia found something in that twat. The son of a lawyer, but unlike his father, he had the issues and hearts of the poor in his mind. Everything was for the poor, and Eugenia took to that like an absolute dimwit. And it was unfortunate. On the night before their nuptials, Argan, in the best of spirits, the highest of spirits, and loaded on spirits, took a tumble down the steps of some awful godforsaken dive bar in Tezrab and broke his neck. And my sister was once again left in mourning. But not for long. Because then there was Collins, an artist, so utterly obsessed with my sister and capturing her beauty. But like any artist, there was a price. And he had a price too, in the way that I'd hoped your stupid bard friend would have as well. But Collins was a little smarter, and he took the coin, and he left. But then there was Johann, and Johann had a boating accident. Hayworth blackmailed. Esteban just vanished into nothing, almost as if he was spirited away. And then Ewan is still missing and presumed dead. And the others. There was a few. And as he continues, he just catches himself, and before he has a chance to react, Nate bursts into the room and casts
Tasha's hideous laughter.
So that's a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, which is
13.
13, okay. Unfortunately for you... No. That was a 2. I've got a +2 in my wisdom. It's a 4. I got a 4.
Okay. So he falls prone.
Yeah, he collapses laughing absolutely maniacally. He's just gone. He's just completely lost it. The guards are they're kind of worried, but they're like, oh, he's just laughing, so that's fine. But he has fallen prone against the door, so even if they wanted to come in, his plump little torso is blocking it.
I run inside after you do that with my pair of manacles, and I just clasp his hands behind his back. So this tiny plump man is no longer dangerous.
Okay.
Does anybody have any healing abilities?
Why is Fia asleep?
Oh yeah,
There was a run-in with the guards.
No.
thanks.
The moment I see that, I will run and stabilize her.
Okay, give me
Yeah.
a medicine check there.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That's cool. I got a +2 in medicine.
Oh yeah,
I definitely have a +2 in medicine.
I had a +2 in wisdom there. Worked out well.
I roll with my white dice.
He puts his hands in. Yeah, I think I got the wound. It's stabilized.
That's a 9.
+2.
Yeah. No, just a
No,
9.
that is
Just a
just
9.
That's
Yeah. Give me a death saving throw.
Oh my god. This is so stressful. What is it? Say it.
20.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you actually roll in that 20?
Coaster.
All right, you're still
That's like such a shitty
so she's got-
soundbite.
2 fails, 2 successes. So
next-
it's the next roll will decide.
as I'm trying to like slap her across the face. Doing that.
Yeah,
Hi,
you're
does
working
anyone here know
medicine on her
medicine?
or whatever like that. You're
I'm going to throw him out the window with the
Norris.
manacles on.
Wait,
Yeah.
who? Oh, okay.
Norris.
I thought you meant Thane, and I'm like, but he's
Yeah.
busy.
you're throwing Norris out the window.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a strength check. You can add your athletics to it.
I never thought I'd say this, but can I help Nate?
Okay, you're going to help throw Norris out the window. You do know his arms are like shackled, and if he fall, he's going to die, maybe, possibly.
Oh, no, I don't want to die. I just want to run away with him.
Well, you're just throwing him out the window, though, and he can't actually.
Slide
go-
him down the ladder.
It's only a first story, like that bit.
If he falls on his neck, he's dead. Like,
But you know that bit in The Dark Knight where he drops him off like 2 stories and randomly breaks his leg. Like it's fine.
Like,
In The Dark Knight.
like, it's already happened now that I said I was going to do it, or can
yeah,
I?
it's happened. We're not,
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
happened.
right. You're throwing that guy out the window.
Well, have I succeeded in it? Because I only rolled a 9.
Oh, well, you have an advantage because the Hephaesta's helping you.
Okay. Oh.
oh,
Oh, okay. So that's 18.
Okay.
Whoops, we succeeded.
there's so much happening.
So we're gonna come. So okay, thing as you're trying to stabilize Fia, who's bleeding out on the bed,
yep.
you catch Nate and Hephaesta bundling Norris up on their arms. He's struggling. He's still laughing. The guards don't quite know what's going on. He just because they heard some of his rant, and he's prone to these rants, so they just assume it's quite normal. You see them kind of grab him, and they're like, Hephaesta has now kind of pried the window open, and they're about to shove him out. Give me your final medicine check, if you
I am going to use my Blood Hunter Crimson Right that I got at level 3, which as a bonus action, I can use my Blood Maledict to heal one creature, and I'm going to heal you. How do you think this would look as a Blood Hunter?
This is going to be kind of gross. So
This is going to be gross.
So you get to describe it.
Yeah, no, Thane just reaches out with his left hand, his ungloved hand, and just like lets a small cut across his palm, and then just slaps Fia with it across the face,
Oh, that's not that gross.
imbuing it with some strange celestial power that he somehow has.
That's not bad. That's a Saturday night for
Yeah,
me.
no, that's normal. So you get 4 hit points back and you're fine.
Fia just kind of darts up as you kind of slap her. She kind of sits straight up, bolt right in the bed, and takes a kind of a big gulp of air.
You were nearly dead. You were really nearly dead.
Did you help me?
Yes, you're alive now. You're welcome.
You just
God, thank
as you wake up, you just hear out the window. He is gonna roll like to land,
Yeah.
but with severe disadvantage.
I love
That's okay.
this.
I believe in him.
Okay, that's an 8 on the first one. So
Fuck
I'm just hoping
yes.
it's not a nat 1. That's a 4.
Okay.
So that's fine. He falls to the ground and he is going to take a d6 worth of damage. So it normally would be just a d4, but I'm going to hit him with a d6.
Do we hear like a big old crunch?
There's a big thump.
Okay.
As he hits the ground, he lands on like
Paint cans?
Just some. He lands on what? Paint cans. Yeah. No, he lands on the. Just kind of the tarp that would have been used by the painter, but again, it wasn't exactly enough to break the fall entirely. He hits it with a thud. It does immediately extinguish Tasha City's laughter.
Yeah, I was going to say because if it's triggered with
Yeah.
thing, he gets advantage on the roll. Yeah.
So he's very much kind of he's winded. Like, so you've got a few minutes.
The carriage that I barred with the branch,
Yeah.
that has a horse attached.
No, the horse is in the stable.
We can get the horse
could.
and attach it.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So that's our plan.
I'm going to come down the ladder, and I'm going to tear a bit of my sleeve off and just like stuff it into his mouth.
Okay. Yeah, so all right, just as he's kind of like getting the last bit of air into him to try and like reset his breathing, so he's the winding kind of you just gag him with a bit of your cuff that you've torn away. You've just shoved it in his mouth, and he's like, he's trying to talk, but he can't because he's still manacled. But he's kicking at you, but he's
Oh no.
a fat little unfit twat. I'm channeling so much of myself into him.
Okay, I guess we'll follow Nate.
You're following out.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need to leave.
yeah.
I'm just gonna jam. I presume there's a chair in this room. I'm just gonna jam it against the door
Okay.
so that no one can bust in on us. That's it.
Okay. The last thing you do so is you jam the chair, and you're all making your way out.
Yep.
Yeah. How many horses are in the stable? Is it
There's
just
2.
2?
How's your animal handling?
Mine?
Yeah.
The group discusses their animal handling.
+1.
Ah. 2. I'm gonna go over and just like see if I can lead the horse without
Okay.
it going nuts and kicking me in the ribs. Which, if this goes wrong, please don't let that happen. Oh, that's a 16.
The horses are trained anyway. It's just they are a little bit spooked when you come in because they don't know you, but you manage to kind of calm them a little bit. You're like, oh, good horsey. You take some of the gear. Look at me and my equestrian knowledge. The horse gear, generic, with you, and you lead the horses out of the barn. As you are doing this, you spy Nate, Hephaesta, and a very kind of shook-looking Fia shoving Norris into the carriage. At the same time, Nate is also kicking a branch from between the wheels. You're reining the horses. And just as you get it done, you just hear some shouting coming from inside. Giles bursts out the front of the front door and immediately locks it. Go, they're coming, quick.
Giles, come with us. Come find your wife.
No, it's okay. I don't have time. Please, I'll hold the door.
Okay, I throw him like 5 gold, and I'm just like, thank you, friend.
Thank you.
Because we're buds.
You see he's holding the door with his back, but as soon as you kind of hit the reins and the horse is, I'm so good at sound effects. I don't even need to get them from audio blocks. The horses kick off and they run and the carriage tears down the road, but immediately the last thing you see as they turn is the door just with one almighty shove. Giles is sent flying and spinning out onto the dirt, and the guards, the bodyguards, run out and start to give chase.
You can buy some bandages with that 5 gold, though.
So I'm going to give. Oh, they are really fast. Nat 20.
Are they as fast as a horse, though?
Well, they're going to have a chance to try and catch up
As we build speed, yeah.
Yeah, it's because you haven't reached full speed just yet.
Okay.
So they are going to run, and one guard is because you've all barreled into it, and Thane, you're the one
driving this coach,
driving those horses. So what I'm going to do
Yep.
is I'm going to roll with one of the guards with the spear is going to chuck it, and he is going to try and stop the horses.
And Fia dies again.
And Fia just comes right through the back window, misses everybody, and hits Fia in the throat.
Class. I don't like where this is going.
I really
I
don't.
went from a nat 20 to another nat 1.
Yes!
Yay!
Stabs himself.
It hits off a tree and stabs him.
He
Boing.
he actually he goes to grab the spear, but as he kind of stretches his arm out and slings backwards, he actually manages to clobber one of the guys behind him, and he does 5 damage as he hits his friend in the head and kind of knocks him to the side. He immediately swings around and he hits another guard, but not with brute force. It's kind of a pure kind of like
I didn't realize
Benny
we were
Hill
being,
sort
like,
of
chased by the 3 Stooges.
Yeah, it's a little bit. The guards, they're fast, but they're stupid. Just like velociraptors. I'm not even going to get you to roll for the animal handling here because they didn't get spooked by the spear. So you're fine. The carriage tears down the road and immediately you turn left back onto the road to head further south.
Is this like a cutscene
Yeah.
or?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining in my head.
Any chance I could have like a rest
You slump into
into a trance?
into a trance. You slump into a trance.
Well, that's what it's called.
Well, a
For
short
elves.
rest is only an hour.
Yeah, so
you wouldn't
what I'm
be
saying is you
trancing.
just kind of throw yourself into the corner and you're like, oh my god, I'm wrecked.
Where's my wife?
Just like
Are you actually trying to intimidate him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't you tell?
I thought he was being very persuasive. Give me an intimidation check. Norris is just...
Natural one.
Yeah, Norris is just like... and he's just like... He goes to spit, but obviously he's gagged.
I pull the rag out of his mouth and I slap him across the face with it.
Okay. This is
With
just a very
a
wet
soft,
rag
wet
slapping him in
rag?
the face.
Yeah.
You do what?
Just slap him across the face with a cold
Okay.
wet rag.
Okay, just get over yourself. Eugenia is where she has to be, and by now her vows have been taken, and she's going to be living in that convent. Okay, the estate is mine. You're getting nothing. Get over it.
Convent.
God damn it! Why do I always say what I was not supposed to want to say? Just while we're having this little argument, what did you roll for your hit dice?
I got another 4, so I'm back up to 8.
Okay.
Do you add your constitution to that roll?
No, did you or do you?
I didn't.
I'm
Do
pretty sure.
you add your constitution modifier?
Okay, so I'm up to 10 then.
Pretty good. That's better.
Now
Than,
back to the argument.
that's better than dead.
Eugenia is gone to the convent of devotion and purity. She's making her vows. She's joined them. It's of her own free will. The estate's going to be mine, so nothing's going to be yours, elf boy. Got it?
So how many witnesses have we got? Oh wait, no, I wasn't privy to that conversation. Or did I hear it when I was inside?
You heard it. Yeah, you heard most of it.
So we've got what, like 3 witnesses to his confession?
Yeah.
I'm riding the horses, but I can kind of hear it from outside. The horse can hear it too.
Sorry, we'll say you saw it. It's fine.
So we've got a man in shackles. We've got 3 witnesses to his confession of murdering his parents and every partner that his sister had who was to inherit his fortune. Is this correct, everybody? Can I get it? Yeah?
Yeah.
The horse agrees.
Oh, yeah.
And
Whatever, yeah.
you're forgetting that my family have the most powerful connections in all of Tezrab, so my word outweighs the word of 3 bumbling idiots.
Do you know what? You are correct, sir. And what I have is a dagger.
And what's that supposed to do? Scare me?
I'm just going to slowly start pressing it into like the top of his chest and like twisting and pushing.
He's gritting his teeth a little bit, and he's wincing, and he's fighting. I'm going to give him a Constitution saving roll to see if he passes out.
Are you just like pressing like the tip of it against him, like intimidating him, or are you like slowly stabbing him
No,
to
I'm not.
death?
I'm not looking to like do like lots of big damage.
Yeah,
but
I know, but it's just like it's like
Yeah, I know.
illegal
That's
type
just
thing.
the tip. Of course, yeah.
Just the tip. You press it, and he winces. Look, the offer still stands. 1,000 gold, go away.
Really?
That's twice what I paid the painter. Just given the speed at which you're traveling down the road and the condition of said road, it's a bit bumpy.
Oh, yeah.
So, taking physics into account, give me an animal husbandry roll,
Cool. Time to husband this.
and
animal.
we're going to don't fail this.
No, it's fine. It's just a 9.
Oh my god, that was like I was like, oh my god, a nat 1. Yay. The horses hit a bump, and the carriage at the speed it's going kind of bounces. Give me a damage roll for free as the dagger actually stabs him a little.
D4. So 1 plus 2,
Yeah.
so 3.
So it pierces, and he screams out, okay, 2,000 gold. That is it. That is literally it. Just 2,000 gold. Get out of the carriage. Leave me on the side of the road. I don't care. Just go.
God, you're such a slimy little worm.
I don't think you understand how in love I am with your sister.
You don't love my sister.
I do love your sister.
No, you don't. Just back and forth for 10 minutes. Yes, I do. No, I don't. What's her middle name then?
None of your business.
What color are her eyes?
The shade of beauty.
That is such a non-answer. You don't know the first thing about Eugenia. You don't love her. You love her money.
How very dare you, sir? How very dare you? I put the rag back in his mouth.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Natural 20.
Ooh.
That green dice, man.
Super lucky.
That's like your 4th one.
Well, the difficulty was 40, so it doesn't work. As you say the words, I love her, again, the mark on your back kind of just... There's a kind of a heat kind of emanating from it. It doesn't die down, as in it doesn't just go away, but it sparks. And there's a little part of you, again, you don't love Eugenia, you're not in love with her, but you love something about her, whether it's her free spirit or her energy or her dollar bills. There's something about her that you did actually kind of admire. Like, she has spunk.
He's just looking like into the distance, kind of going, "What have I done? What have I done?"
You guys are just traveling down this road the entire time.
Yeah, where are we going?
I'm following the road because apparently we're going to some form of convent. Actually, would I've no? I know you said it was kind of a well-traveled road, but I know like the Tiny Tom is.
Tiny Thomas, yeah.
Yes, and his crew of robed weirdos. They took their cart somewhere too. Would I know like fresh tracks going anywhere?
There's
front of us?
Again, it's nighttime, so it's a little bit harder to see. But the last thing you remember when Tiny Thomas pulled out was you've turned to the left, they turned to the right because they were heading back to Tezrab. So you're on a side road.
Okay.
That would take you towards. Cause remember, they told you that you were on the road. This road would take you to the convent
Okay.
or the temple.
Can I? Sorry. If
Yeah, no,
sort
go on,
of-
yeah.
if you've got the rag in the mouth and you've been doing your rest, I think to pass the time, I'm going to play my lute. But for the purposes of playing Song of Rest, so you get a D6 of healing as well.
Ooh.
Aw.
Like, sometimes he's not total shit.
No.
Like
He needs you strong to fight for him
And I
later.
got 6.
You don't get to roll it.
Huh?
Oh, I get to roll it, is it?
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
And you get a 1.
And I get a 1.
4.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
Is it just a straight 4? Or is it like plus your spellcasting bonus too?
I should know my character better than I do. So honest. No, I think it just says 1d6
Cool.
extra hit points.
It's
But
good.
if everyone is short, I don't know if everyone was short
I
resting.
can't short rest. I'm
You're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hephaesta, that's what I was coming to. What are you doing? Because Thea's in rest. Nate is fighting with words.
The greatest weapon.
And you're in the car. You're in the carriage as well. I assume you bundled in with them.
Yeah, jeez. No, I'm still back at the... Whoops, guys, you forgot me. No, I was going to actually talk to Nate to see what we're doing here. Talk to Nate? Disgusting. Oh, God, who am I?
And actually, this is the thing. As you go to reach out, kind of more like to get his attention, kind of even tap him on the shoulder, your eyes just roll back into your head and you just hear a voice in your head. Well, darling. What are we up to this evening?
Got a bit going on now. What's up?
Have I caught you at a bad time?
Little bit, yeah, but, you always come first. So...
Of course I do. Now, something was a flutter in my heart for a moment. It was almost like you were about to do something stupid, dearie.
Never!
I don't know. I sensed something.
No.
Were you pointing for that idiot?
No, Jesus, no, you've taught me well. I know better.
My dear, that's not part of our arrangement. You came to me for power. I have given you power. I sense you are heading south. You are a little further away than we agreed from Herb, and there is something we must talk about when you come back. You've been a bit of a naughty girl. To make up for it, you could do me a teensy-weensy little favour.
Of course, anything.
There's something I need you to take care of for your dear old friend Eve. There's 2 individuals that seem to be getting in on our racket, and they haven't really been paying their dues. So I would need you to go there and kill them.
Of course.
The problem is, dear, it's a succubus
Oh, okay.
and an incubus,
Oh, okay.
and their army of followers.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's a big one.
That's all. Goodbye. Hephaesta, you just snap straight back, and the image in your mind of your patron, your deity, whatever it is you want to call them, it just vanishes, and you find yourself in the carriage. Your hand kind of midair as you were about to tap Nate on the shoulder. In the distance, Thane, you can make out lights glowing. There's lanterns now, kind of lighting up. The road splits or forks at this point, and down further to the left are the lanterns that light the path towards, again, more lights in the distance.
Okay. And I just kind of call back to everyone. All right, it's still nighttime. Wherever we're going, this convent, do we want to ride up there right now in the middle of the night, or do we want to kind of stop, camp, recover a bit, and then get in there early in the morning?
Yeah, I don't want to drive the carriage up to the convent.
No.
Because we got to leave this little guy here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll give
we'll
him a little kick.
Give me a damage roll.
give me a kick roll.
What's that?
Just a d4.
2.
Right, you give me, and he's like, oh, and they're like,
Nice.
and you're like,
Kick him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, are you guys all right with just camping by the road?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
All right, yeah, pull up and just make
Okay.
a little campfire.
So you were all gonna take a rest, I'm assuming, at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's uncomfortable, and you all you end up taking shifts over the next couple of hours, but you all manage to get a long rest in. So you all recover full health.
Nice.
So take that, Thea. And
Yay.
but if you've spent hit dice, you recover up to half your total. So who was on last watch?
I'd say probably me, because I only need 4 hours, so.
Thea, you see the sun break over the horizon, and while the day is quite bright, a mist has come in overnight, and you found yourself wrapping a a blanket that you found under one of the seats around you to kind of shield yourself from the cold. The night was very uneventful, as everyone else had reported. As day breaks, you can now see the walls of this convent or temple. You've heard it referred to many different things, and they are just brilliant white sandstone. It's been built into and around a rather tall hill. There are tops of trees poking out over the walls, and in the distance coming towards you, you make out two people dressed in very, very simple robes, and they are putting out lanterns one by one. So they're just kind of, and then on the next one, and then up to the next. That's the ASMR. Yeah, Fia kind of thumps on the roof of the carriage, and you're all kind of, even Norris awakes to the sound of the thumping.
Oh, what? It's more. Oh.
Yeah, lights peering into the carriage, and day has broken. It is quite cold in here. There's a lot of condensation on the windows. There's a paw print.
Paw print.
All right, Nate, I guess we should go find your wife.
Right, so before we actually risk our lives doing this, can we just get out in the open what the actual plan is?
As you guys are discussing, you hear a voice outside. Good morning, weary travellers.
We're planning something. Fuck off.
I'm still on the roof, I'm assuming.
You're not on the roof, but okay, you can be on the roof now.
Yeah.
I'm on the roof now because I'm just so eccentric.
Like random.
Yeah, there's a man and a woman kind of approaching you, and they're waving at you, trying to get your attention. Are you in need of some help? Is your carriage okay? Can we be of service?
Do we all hear this?
Yeah, you hear it, but they're kind of addressing Fia.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, we were just resting for the night, but really appreciate that.
Well, if you would like to partake in some breakfast, you are more than welcome to join my sister and the rest of us in the convent.
That sounds really lovely. Thank you.
I burst out the
guys,
door.
Guys, breakfast?
Breakfast?
Breakfast? Yeah, you swing the door open. It's like breakfast, and they peer in and they can see. Well, they can kind of see everyone kind of slumped over each other. Oh, we've got quite the colourful group on our hands, I see.
What's that supposed to mean?
That you're all very eccentric and
Watch.
endearing.
Okay. Keep going.
Sorry, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the carriage this morning.
And you?
Me!
It's getting really weird now.
Good.
Your man just kind of gestures you for you to follow, and Fia takes the reins and kind of kicks the horses off, and they just trundle down the road, kind of following with the two travellers, and you see that they're wearing kind of very plain smock-like robes.
Sorry, were we not going to leave the carriage where it was so we could leave Norris in there?
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So
Fia, stop driving the damn car.
Fia, God damn it!
Anything.
This is why we voted you out last night. A la Survivor. We have quenched your torch. Okay, so you all hop out and you leave, and Norris kind of rustling around in the back.
I just throw in like half a pack of rations, and I'm like, don't starve, ideally, but, whatever. And I lock the carriage door.
Fine, you leave Norris behind with half a pack of rations, and you've locked the carriage, and the two people are a little bit like, do you not want to...
There's no one in there. This is none of your business. And then I go up to the horse, and I'm like, hey, and I give them the other half pack of rations. They're like, you're a good boy.
They're both looking at you, and they both just kind of shrug their shoulders in, and it was like, oh, the eccentricities in the world. And they just kind of bound down the road with the rest of the torches being put out on the other side. They lead ye on foot. It's a short walk, and you can see that it is a well-travelled road with sets of footprints, coming and going. And as you approach, you see the walls that kind of surround and guard the convent and temple are nearly 15 feet high. There is a rather large, heavy wooden gate or gated door that has been kind of pushed open. And there are people coming and going out and around. Some people are walking off into what looks like a small little orchard, people tending in a field, and every person you pass just, hey, hi stranger, and they're all super friendly and super really, really enthusiastic to meet you guys.
And
This
I am loving this.
This
So
has
you're saying
big
hello to
midsummer
everybody.
energy.
Everybody. I'm saying hello to absolutely everyone because I love how cheery they
Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
are. Very much so.
Like I said, there's a mist that has sort of settled on the morning. Shh, and they kind of just, as you kind of pass through, in the distance, just a little bit up in front of you, there's like a sprawling garden on either side, so the path kind of cuts straight through, and at the end you can just make out the entrance and steps up into a convent temple-like building. There are various different little corridors kind of serpentine off of it, but there is a central building that looks a little bit kind of, would say, for all intents and purposes, a little bit Grecian meets Celtic, in that it's sort of like beehived, but there's also kind of columns kind of holding up the roof. They both just turn and they're holding kind of a finger to their lips to ask you to keep quiet, and you can hear kind of chanting and murmuring and just various noises, and you see there's a crowd of people kind of bowing in worship.
To what?
Just to the day. It's just morning prayer. Well, that's the most you could surmise at this point. You don't see, they're not bowing in front of a statue. They're not doing, but everyone that in this garden has kind of a blanket under them, and they're all doing these little kind of bows,
Like a big kneeling Mexican wave.
Yeah, we'll go with that. As you pass through the gates, another person, again wearing these rather plain robes, approaches you. We would kindly ask that you would leave your accoutrements in this hut.
Well, before we go any further, can I ask a question
Certainly.
or two? What is this place?
This is the Convent of Devotion and Purity.
And
You're
who are
most
you?
welcome. Oh, I'm just a humble servant.
Okay, humble servant. Do I call you that from now on?
You may call me what you wish, sir.
All right, humble servant. We're looking for someone.
And we happen to know for a fact that she is here.
Okay.
Her name is Eugenia Flatstone.
Oh, my apologies. I'm afraid I wouldn't be the one to be able to tell you who My mission is purely just to guide people into the convent.
Cool, can you guide us to someone who knows the fucking answer, humble servant?
Of course.
Cool.
And they're just grinning the entire time as you say this. But I kindly ask you to remove your weapons.
Yeah, I take my rapier, I take my dagger, and
Let me just check how many weapons I have.
Wait, one more.
You're
I
not
do the
gonna
same.
have
My
any
rapier
problem.
and short bow.
No, I'm fine.
Can I
Yeah, I'll hand them away.
keep one of my daggers hidden away.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
14.
Okay, yeah.
18.
Definitely.
Nice.
It's more just like it's
Yeah,
sort
just
of one that
pocket a
you've
pair
kind
of
of you've
daggers,
one strapped to your chest. And what are you? So you have a dagger strapped. What have you?
Oh, you? Yeah, no, I've just like palmed two of my daggers.
Okay, so
like,
they're
they
up your
don't-
sleeves, and you've got one strapped to your chest.
Yeah,
Thank
these
you
guys.
so much for making my day. And he kind of reaches out to hug one of you.
No.
Nope.
I hug him.
Oh, yeah, he just gives you a big warm hug, and he's a rather tall, burly man, shaved head, and he's just it's just a really nice, genuine hug.
Is it like Meatloaf in Fight Club?
I was just about to say
Yeah.
that actually.
It's Meatloaf in Fight Club that gives you a hug.
Oh,
And then stores your weapons away. You see him step into a small hut near the gates, and when he comes out, he closes the door, and there's a clunk as he locks it. Of course, when you leave, all of your weapons and belongings will be returned to you.
Insight check. I hate this guy so much. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Is he bullshitting us?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, okay. That's a 19. No, an 18.
He 100%.
I just like glower at him like real hard. I don't like these people.
Blessed day, friends. Blessed day. And the two that were you first met gesture you down the pathway into the gardens. What, if I may be so bold, the woman asks, brings you to the convent this morning?
Eugenia Flatstone, my wife.
Your wife is here?
Yes.
And she came by herself?
Well, no, she was brought here.
Oh, we must check with the high brother and sister. They keep records of all who come to the convent and volunteer or require spiritual healing or cleansing.
Okay, who came here in the last 2 days though? Because like we're not here to meet the whole family.
So many people come to the great convent of devotion and purity.
So like 2.
No,
Okay.
many people come here seeking cleansing from their unwanted feelings and their exasperations and their torment.
Well, we don't have any of that, so we'll be finished really quick.
Yeah, we really just want
Hephaesta
to
kind of
find.
like, well, have you got a brochure? Is there a free test I can do
got a
where I hold
couple
two
of
metal
them.
rods?
Can we just take a sample, and we'll get back
It's
to
free.
you?
It's all free. The whole thing's free. Come on in.
Let me just read the Dianetics.
I want to stay here, guys. This is
As you're kind of being led down the path, literally and metaphorically. I think we found the soundbite for this episode. You see that there are, different kind of groups of people that are all kind of in prayer or in meditation, and on your left, as you pass through the garden, there is a really large pond, and there's even kind of wild birds on it that are they're nesting. And in the center of it, what you notice is there's a statue, two marble statues
In the center of the pond.
in the center of the pond that have locked hands. They're holding hands. It's a man and a woman, and they're draped in rather ceremonial robes. And but while their hands are held, they're not looking at each other. They're looking up to the heavens, and their other hand is outstretched as if they are there to reach you and take you by the hand.
It's in the middle of the fountain.
It's almost like a fountain, but there's this rather large pond, and it's stuck smack in the middle of it. Nope, you're all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just continue on down that path.
Yeah, no, just
that'll bite us in the ass later.
Yeah, it was easy. After just a short little walk, you come to kind of a crescent stone path or embankment, and from here the steps ascend up. Not huge. There's only about 15 steps up onto this little raised platform where the temple has been cut into the hill and kind of spreads out from there. You can hear the chanting a little bit louder now, and it's just blessed be the fruit of thy loins, blessed be the fruit of thy thoughts, blessed be thy pure heart, blessed be thy divine devotion to the self and not to the flesh. And it's just this mantra chanted over and over and over again.
As we're walking up the steps, I just kind of lean down and I pick up 3 stones and I just kind of start juggling.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. You find 3 to kind of, I wouldn't even say stones, they're more like pebbles.
Pebbles, yeah.
Yeah. The other 2, as they're leading you up these steps, they're just staring back the entire time. They're nodding and they're just smiling. And one of them has even the woman has kind of just started kind of reciting the mantra as well, and she's kind of like, blessed be. Okay. The fruit of thy heart.
I just shout out amongst all of it. Eugenia Flatstone, my love! Where are you?
Your shout just echoes into the hallway that is this open temple area, and it just echoes throughout, and it masks the chant so much so that it just cuts right through and everyone stops, and immediately there's kind of and they all turn back to see the 4 of you now standing at the top.
Good job.
At the you kind of juggling kind of some pebbles in your hand.
I'm still juggling.
As you do this, you notice at the top there is a man and a woman wearing slightly brighter robes. The woman has reddish brown hair in a rather long, tidy braid that, even though it's kind of, there's still kind of a natural kink or curl to it, and it sits over her right shoulder and down her chest. Her face is chiseled marble almost. It is pristine and beautiful. Her skin is milky white. She smiles and turns to a man that has cropped blonde hair, shaved at the sides and at the back. He smiles at her, and they just kind of bring their hands out and they just lower, and everyone kind of bows, and they bow as well. And in unison, you just hear, "Welcome to the Convent of Devotion and Purity. What can we do for you this morning?"
If I didn't already make it clear, I'm looking for my wife.
His wife.
And you scan you scan the crowd in front of you. Give me a perception check.
That's a 16.
You scan the space in front of you. You don't see anybody that looks like Eugenia. There's no elderly woman with grayish blue hair. There's no one that even looks remotely like her. You do, however, spot the woman from the portrait in the Sleeping Bee. She is wearing a plain mauve smock, and she is in full prayer mode.
I'm just gonna keep an eye on her.
Okay.
Not going to make any
She looks
moves.
exactly like what Giles described, by the way. You literally, he had her to a T.
Well, okay, I suppose I'll just walk up to the 2 of them.
Your wife, she is missing. How can we here at the convent aid you in your quest to find her?
Well, she was taken away from him, and we're just trying
She
to
was
find her
snatched away.
from her husband.
That's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was a little confused. Morning prayer is over, and they just hold their hands up. Blessed be the sky and the warmth it brings to us. Go, be with one, be with your thoughts, and be with yourselves. And then be back for lunch.
We're having chili.
We're having boeuf. It's very common in this area. Both the man and the woman hold their hands up in unison, but it's the woman that is leading the congregation. And you see that everyone turns to each other and everyone just embraces each other in a tight hug, and then they shake hands and they walk away. How can my brother... excuse me. My name is Lily, and this is my brother Ardit. How can we be of service to help you find your wife?
She was taken here. She was kidnapped by her brother, by mercenaries, and they took her here.
That's quite serious, and if I may say, quite a strong accusation. Nobody who comes to the convent of devotion and purity comes against their will.
Well, sometimes people are brought here against their will, so, semantics. But
No, I
is she here?
disagree that this is not semantics. This is very important. We only accept those who are willing to give their hearts to us.
Well, in that case, you'd really want to find her because you don't want to ruin your record, huh? You don't want a black stain on those nice white robes.
Could you please describe your wife? What color eyes does she have? What color hair?
So her hair is like kind of a grey, bluey kind of color.
Okay.
And then her eyes are round.
And
She's old. Like if you were to look at her, you wouldn't be like, oh, I bet she's with a real handsome young man who's like really tall and dashing and all those things. But she is. So and she got here recently.
okay.
In the last couple of days. So can you at least introduce us to who came here recently within the last...
Of course we can. I beg your forgiveness. You are all clearly tired and clearly need a hot meal. Might I invite you to breakfast with my brother and I, and we will of course discuss the matter of your missing wife, but I wish that we could extend some of our hospitality to you both. Ardat nods. Yes, please, would you not join my sister and I? It would be our greatest, it would give us the greatest pleasure if we could just take care of your needs.
What are you cooking?
Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Me?
Yeah. As he's locked eyes on you.
That would be a 9.
As you kind of stare back at it, because he this is the first time you've seen him actually address ye, and you take him in, and there's something about him that just, when you take in all of him and his frame and his features, it just, you're drawn to him. But it's that there's a tone in his voice and his presence that kind of enamors you. You have fallen under his charm. So you immediately wish to go have breakfast with Ardit and his sister Lilu.
Ardit, there's nothing I would like more than to have breakfast with you right now.
And with us, your friends.
Sorry, I'm just lost in his eyes.
Please. And he bows and he kind of gestures out with one hand.
I
He
grab his hand.
He squeezes yours back. It's quite it's quite a strong grip. It's firm, it's assured. It's not he's not squeezing it tight, but it's just an
safe.
assured grip. Yeah, you feel safe.
Okay.
You believe him when he says he'll help you find Eugenia. Whoever she is now, apparently. Yeah. Sorry, who? It would seem you were all hungry, and Lilu kind of just turns to the rest of you. Please, it is of no inconvenience to us.
I'd love to have some food with you guys.
She places a hand on your shoulder and just locks eyes on you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Fine, I'll do just that. with my fucking super good wisdom.
How wise are you?
19.
You, for a moment, when she puts her hand on you, you feel a very familiar presence, just like a cold whisper in your ear.
Or perhaps a feeling in my chest.
Yeah, there's an emptiness there, and it's a tightness and a coldness, and it actually hurts. It's not a physical pain. It's a stabbing emotion, and you just hear a whisper in your ear. Thane, you are mine, remember? And for a moment, standing in front of you, you see this horned devil in robes. A fork-like tail spindles up around her back and is twisted into horns. Her hand on your shoulder is a rather long tendril-like claw. And as quickly as the voice oils into your ear, it's gone, and the vision is gone. And the charm doesn't work. And her eyes just flicker for a moment, and she squeezes a little bit tighter.
My expression doesn't change, and I just go, I'd love to come for breakfast.
Excellent.
And I take her hand.
Yeah, you're led just a short bit away, and the smell of food kind of wafts down this hallway, and you're led into kind of a small oval-shaped room. There are benches and tables, various different bowls and plates and platters of fruit, meats, cheeses, breads, and various jugs of water and milk and honey and anything that you want. It's there.
Do I see Giles's wife in here?
No, she went out with the other groups.
Yeah. Are we getting like the special treatment?
Oh, you're in like a little. They're not gone for breakfast. They're gone out to do their morning duties.
Okay. Well, in that case, I sit down on whatever the comfiest chair is.
Okay, so they're all the same. But look, this one looks the comfiest, and you take it. As you sit down, food is kind of brought over to you by some other people, and again, normal. But every person that you see here is smiling, and every person here is just extremely friendly. When they bring their food over to you, it's just blessed morning, and they just nod, and they nod at Lilu and Ardat. You find yourselves just kind of, there's hospitality, and then there's next level hospitality.
They're like Michelin star.
Yeah, it's 100% Michelin star.
Like Fia's very much enamored by all of this because she's never met a group of people just to be so kind and giving that she's just really loving this at the minute.
No, not having it.
Who am I sat down beside, just out of interest?
She's sitting right beside you.
Okay, cool.
So Lilu is sitting beside you. Ardat is sitting really close to you.
I'm still holding his hand.
And
Eating with one hand.
Festa and Fia have taken the kind of the seats at the opposite ends of the table.
Okay, but there's no one to my left.
Fia would be.
Okay, cool. I pull out just a small scrap of parchment and I start writing on it, and I cast illusory script. So I write in a parchment.
Okay, give me a stealth check first, because I just want to make sure you're not going to get seen.
Cool.
Writing a whole note in front of.
That's a 16.
She's busy kind of pouring you a glass of honeyed water, so you have a chance to write a quick note.
Cool.
What's on the note?
So it's just to you and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, the writing appears normal, written in my hand, but to all others, it just looks like scribbled nonsense. Like the psychic paper in Doctor Who. But I just write really quick, don't trust these fuckers, devils. And I just slide the scrap over to Fia, and I just like kind of give her hand like a little tap and like give her a nod, but that's it.
I believe we were discussing your missing wife.
Sorry, what?
Your wife.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Ardat.
Ardat just kind of brushes some crumbs away from the corner of your lip.
I give a little lick on the thanks. Sorry, yes.
You were describing her to us.
Oh, old grey, round eyes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, once we have finished breakfast, if Eugenia, if Eugenia came to the convent, and again, I would like to stress, with her own free will, then we would have a record of her here. We take the names of everybody that comes to the convent, even if that is only for a short visit. So, with that in mind, I am going to need your full names, please.
So Nathaniel, Obsidian, McKnight, and that's with a K. With a K.
There's a tabaxi male standing kind of behind her, again in similar robes that everyone else has been wearing, and you can see him kind of scratching with a quill and ink onto a piece of paper. So let's say in McKnight, and then he has in brackets Knight with a K. You can't see it, but he did spell it with an N. But he put it in brackets with a K. Okay, and you,
Vesta Tinderson?
Thea Burbage.
Burbage. Interesting.
Ronan.
He scratches everything down, and he just bows, and you see Lilu kind of touches him on the paw, and there's a bit of an elation about him, and he walks away. It's just kind of a simple kind of like just a pat on the hand kind of a thing.
And a spring in his step.
Have I read the note that Thane has given me, by the way? Obviously, yes.
Give me a stealth check. Are you trying to do it sneakily as well?
Yes, of course. That is a 25.
For reading a note. You can't read. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you kind of, it's under your hand, and you're going to go to pick up a kind of a cup of warm herbal tea, and as you do, you kind of lift your hand up and you read the note, and yeah, you read exactly what Thane scratched onto the paper. Yeah. That not to trust these people.
Also, as a note, Ronan has not been eating anything at the table.
Okay.
Nothing. Just chilling.
Lilu actually has taken notice of this. Is this not to your liking?
I just don't eat.
At all?
No, I'm not one of those types. Surely you understand. You cater to all types here at the Convent of Love and Devotion.
Devotion and purity, yes.
Yes, that too, and purity, yes.
If
I'm pure of body, so this...
Of course, we respect
none of
that. Of course.
Yeah.
You are free to do what you wish. If you would like, it will take us a few moments to go through our records and to see if Eugenia has indeed... What is her last name?
Flatstone.
Now, she might potentially be going as Direheart.
Oh, it's curious.
Yeah, Raven Direheart.
She's as we've said, she's been pursued by troublemakers of late, and it is, as I'm sure
So she
you
may be
know,
travelling under an alias. How wise.
Yes, she's
It's very wise.
With age comes that, yeah.
And beauty. And again, she nods at you, again, trying to make eye contact, but it's just not clicking.
I'm just like, wow, my face is really scratchy right now.
While we check, you are free to roam the grounds. I would ask that you be respectful of our other brothers and sisters. While you may converse freely with them, many have taken vows of silences. If someone seems unwilling, forgive them. It is simply their wish, in the same way you wish to not taint your body with delicious food. Mr. McKnight, if you wish to follow Ardat and I
would love to, yeah.
Hephaesta, you should probably go help him. You know, Nate's not good, and like Vesta, you're a really good reader, so you know he could use the help.
Of course, there's...
Yeah. I want to help my friend.
And myself and Miss Burbage will just enjoy this lovely convent.
Of course, as we said, it is our home is your home. So please wander wherever you so wish.
Thank you.
Hephaesta and Nate, you are led back into the main chamber and then down the opposite corridor. Not particularly distant, not huge distance, but you're led into a small little antechamber, and in there you see bookshelves from floor to ceiling. Again, this is a circular room. There is a desk with 2 chairs, stacks of paper, and the tabaxi that you'd seen earlier is currently scanning through records and seems to be kind of making note of what he took down during breakfast. Thane and Fia, is there anything in particular that you guys want to do at this point?
I just kind of want to scout around and just check this place out pretty much.
Okay.
Especially after his note, I'm kind of like now wary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Find Giles' wife.
Okay, you're going looking for her. Are you going to? Are you splitting up as well?
We'll stick together.
We totally
yeah.
stick together.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is Fia, give me an investigation check, and Thane, give me a perception check.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Okay, you both. You head in kind of the opposite direction down. Again, following out of the breakfast club, the breakfast room or the dining room. You head again further down to the right, which is where you were first led. It's a bit of a dead end. Now it's open. You can go back out onto the gardens, but there is a door here in front of you. and you can hear whispering inside.
Do I perceive what the whispering
No,
is?
it's low, but you can. It's just seems to be one voice. There's nobody else, but it is a low whisper.
Before we go in, there's no one else on this corridor.
No, the door's not even closed; like it's slightly open, slightly ajar. Hence why you can hear the whispering.
Just before we go in, I whisper to Fia in Elvish, you got my note, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
In Elvish.
Thanks.
Okay, good. We're on the same page here.
100%.
All right, cool. I guess we'll go into this room and see who's chatting.
You step into the room, and it's a storeroom. There's just shelves and shelves from the front end to the back end. It doesn't take you long to speak, but you've come across Giles' wife. She is muttering away to herself, and as you approach, she startles, and the last thing you hear is "Blessed be thy heart and the thoughts. Blessed be." And then she's, excuse me, sorry, I was lost in prayer. Can I help you with something?
Are you Ariel?
Yes, that is my name.
Your husband is worried about you. Giles.
Hi, we've kind of jumped the boat here. Hi, my name is Ronan. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm Fia as well, by the way.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not married.
But we saw a picture.
No. Sorry, you. Allow me to clarify. I'm not married anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wait, but your husband is not aware of that.
I don't have a husband. I'm not married anymore.
But
Please stop saying that. And she's smiling the entire time, and you can see the grin is a little bit painful.
But he's not aware of it, though. He sent us this way looking for you.
That doesn't
very
matter. I
concerned.
have surrendered all of my thoughts, all of my wants, all of my desires. I've given them on up to a higher power.
Oh,
And
what's the higher power?
something greater than myself.
I mean, yeah, but we just got here, you know, we haven't been given the tour or anything, so we'd love to hear it from someone, you know, who's lived the life.
We just you give away all that you wanted, all primitive thoughts of the flesh. The Lilu and Ardat cleanse us of our disturbed passions.
So do you not miss him then?
I have no need to miss. I am blessed by the sky, and I am blessed by the ground and the trees and my brothers and sisters. And she opens up her hands to give you a hug.
I don't hug her.
I just give her like a really like limp high five, and I'm like, okay, anyway, Ariel, that's really cool, and I'm so sold on this devotion, purity, and love thing. Do you want to show us around and tell us all about these disturbed passions and reasons we should join up?
If you wish to learn more of the Convent of Devotion and Purity, please seek out Brother Ardat and Sister Lilu.
See, we did, and they were like, you know, you should meet everyone out here and see what they have to say about it.
I understand, but I am only new to the convent and not as wise or versed.
Oh yeah, how new?
It feels as if it's only been a matter of hours. But I
Wow.
feel like I've belonged here my entire life.
Wow, so why did you come here?
I don't know. But I am home now, so that's all that matters. And
Wait,
the smile gets tighter.
You don't know why you came here?
I don't know. And she's now kind of starting to rattle.
That's okay. Sometimes, you know, life just happens, and I put a shoulder on Fia's, be like,
No,
okay.
but that's not okay, though.
I mean, it's fine. We're not here to judge people, you know.
I'm not
Live
trying
your
to
life.
judge people,
Fia,
but
you're coming off as super judgy.
I'm not trying to judge people, but there's someone who loves her and doesn't know and thinks that she's missing and is very concerned about her. I just think it'd be very unfair of you not to say something to your
Blessed be
former
the fruit of thy
husband.
lines. Blessed be the thoughts that
See,
thy
you
mind.
broke her
Blessed be your
brain.
heart.
Now
Blessed
she's
be,
going doing
blessed
the
be the
whole
sky. Blessed be.
Chanting thing.
And now she's rocking back and forth, and the box that she was carrying, she's just holding it, and it just drops from her hands, and it smashes to the ground, and a couple of vials roll out in front of you. What looks like alchemy potions, or just kind of spill out. A couple break, and there's a very, very pungent odor emanating from them. It's strange. It doesn't smell like anything you've ever smelt before, but the scent is very, very familiar. It's intoxicating almost. Both of you give me a Constitution saving roll.
Oh man.
Oh boy, I love those.
8.
5.
As the fumes waft up from the ground and the liquid kind of oozes and spits and hisses, you both just kind of lock eyes on each other, and you can't help but fall in love with the person opposite you.
Oh, cool. I shift the face off of Fia. I'm just like right on that.
This is the carriage all over again.
Yeah,
But
this is just third year Energizer disco after the junior cert. Just like, some parent chaperone is going to rip these two apart, and they're going to find hands where they don't want them. Like, it's bad.
the Ariel is also a quiver, and she just
Whoa.
she runs her hands kind of through her hair, and then she kind of throws herself at you as well. Shelves are knocked, and there's clanging and banging.
There's clanging and banging. You said this place was at the end of a corridor, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm committing to this.
Okay, so you're 100% pinned up against kind of a shelf.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. We're gonna leave that behind. For a moment, Hephaesta, you think you get a sense. Lilu and Arda don't look right. There's like kind of a shimmer about them, and you see that both of them kind of like almost as if a shiver runs down their back. They both seem to kind of like just kind of twist in a little kind of moment or wince of pleasure or just kind of excitement or titillation. It would seem, according to our records, Eugenia has not been here. Now that is not to say that your wife will not arrive today. You are more than welcome to stay as our guests. Ardet, I believe there is something you need to take care of. Perhaps you could bring Nate along and show him a little bit more of the convent and our grounds.
I think Nate should stay with me. I think this is more important than what's going on out there. This is your wife, after all.
Yeah, I know. Look, they've got it handled. Me and Arda, we're going to go for a little stroll. He's going to show me around.
No.
You hang out here with Lilu.
No, if you wouldn't mind so much, I have many questions for you. I find you fascinating. And she stares at you directly. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
This is all going horribly.
Oh, nat 20!
As she kind of locks eyes with you, you see behind her in a plume of purple and black smoke the magnificent form of Ville, and she's just hand kind of under wand, and the other hand cupping her chin, just with these big plump scarlet red lips, just kind of tots and just wags a finger at you, and you see the form as the illusion that Lilu has wrapped around herself just melts away, and standing in front of you is this gigantic demon.
Yeah, I see this, do I?
Yeah.
Okay, I jump into Ardet's arms.
Okay.
Sort of like, and he like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like a total
he holds you
Scooby-Doo
tight,
Shaggy
and it's like
moment.
Exactly.
and he runs his hands through your hair. It's okay. And his hand just kind of it runs down the back of your neck and then just over your shoulder, down your chest. He kisses you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie.
Roll for kiss.
Constitution saving throw. 13.
Okay. How much health do you have?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
27.
Okay. Is that in total?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
It's pretty good for a bard.
It is. You lose complete and total consciousness. You are knocked out.
Nice.
Okay.
And you're as you kind of throw yourself at him, you just completely pass out. And the last thing you see are his eyes just shifting and becoming almost serpent-like. And he pulls away, and his jaw lowers and lingers, and these dripping fangs appear. And you lose complete and total. You see Nate go completely limp in Arda's arms. You are now trapped in a room with a succubus and an incubus, while down the hall, Fia, Thane, and Ariel are locked in a romantic tryst.
Railing.
We leave episode 6 there. That was Romancing the Dungeon. Thanks so much to Martin the Freshman Ryan for our awesome theme music. If you haven't, make sure you start following us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for some behind-the-scenes action. You get to meet out the other daters. So just follow us at D8 Dungeon. And you can also leave us a review over on iTunes and spread the love. Tell your friends, lovers, and if you hate them, tell your exes. This will probably ruin their day. We're back in 2 weeks' time. We will see you then, daters.
Thanks for
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do the final part, which is not the sex part.
I was not expecting that to go there.
No.
that. Well, there it is.
Thane didn't even bring condoms.
Do they have condoms? They suppose they have sheep's intestines.
Which, you know,
Just a bag of sheep's intestines.